Hello friends, once again welcome back in my YouTube channel. So as you know that we are meeting after a long time with a new setup, and I think that this new initiative that has been initiated by me may be preferred by you and maybe liked by you, and so as usual in the series of lectures in news analysis. Today we are going to deal with and analyze a very important issue that is in the news, and as it was in the news past few days, but due to lackness of time I was unable to make any video on this issue. So the topic is basically concerned with El Nino because recently our meteorological department has said that this year there will be the situation of El Nino, and so in this video basically this El Nino is a geographical term, and this topic is concerned with your geography. So in this video we'll try to understand what is this El Nino, and because meteorological department has said this, so it is very obvious that it will be concerned with your monsoon, and so in this video we will try to understand the El Nino and its impact on the monsoon, and what may be the uh, you know probable impacts of this on the monsoon, because this year uh, in the news that meteorological department has also said that although there this year there will be El Nino, but there will be no suppressed monsoon, as and monsoon will be same and normal like the other years. So let's get into the video without wasting our time. So to understand this concept bells, you have to well information, not well information, but very genuine information of globe and earth, so that you can understand what is El Nino. So with this point I will try to draw a map here on the board, and try to make you understand the topic in a very precise and very conceptualizing, in a very conceptual manner. So first I will draw here a world map. So let's see that as I'm drawing here, this is your, as you can see, this is your Africa, and see this is your Africa, and this is your India, this is your China, and this is your Russia, and so as a rough diagram, not very perfect diagram, you can see it is just a rough diagram. So here you can see your this is your North America, and this is your South America, and this is your Australia here, and this is your eastern nation like Indonesia, Malaysia, these countries. So this is your rough diagram of the world. So here it is your Australia, as you know, and this is your India, and this is your Asia, and this part is your Europe, this is your Africa, and this is your South America, this is your North America. So this is overall diagram. So basically the El Nino is a term, is a phenomena that takes place in the ocean, not on the continents. So for this you have to knowledge of oceans. So as you know that this is your Atlantic Ocean, this whole portion is your Atlantic Ocean, okay, and this is your Indian Ocean, you know, and all the remaining parts which you can see here, this portion here, this portion, and back to these continents you can find your Pacific Ocean. So this particular phenomena is basically concerned with your Pacific Ocean. So what happens is, you know that this is your equator, this is your equator, and this is your 0 degree north latitude, and 30 degree north latitude, and this is your 30 degree south latitude. So what happens is, you know that in the region of tropical region, this 0 to 30 north and south, there is throughout the year there is a direct insolation in this region. So what happens due to that direct insolation, this tropical region 0 to 30 north and south get heated up. There is a more temperature throughout the year. So it is very genuine that if there is temperature is more, then the ocean water will warm up, and along with that, if temperature will be higher, then there will be lower pressure. Due to lower pressure, the air in this region rises up. That's why here a, a wind is created in this region. There is various other processes. The different cells get created in the various zones of the earth, like headless cell, Fennel cell. So we will not discuss it here. So in general perspective, just you should understand here that in this tropical region, a wind is blows. A wind is blows in east to west direction. In general, east to west direction. But you can see the direction in northern hemisphere something else, southern hemisphere else. We say it eastern winds, easterlies. Okay, these are the easterlies which blows in the tropical region 0 to 30 north and south throughout the year. So these winds blows from east to west. Now you should understand, when these winds will blow in east to west direction in this tropical region 0 to 30, and all over the continents as ocean as well. So you can see when they are flowing from east to west, they will push the water from east to west as well. So here you can see in Pacific Ocean, what happens, these easterlies pushes your water from eastern Pacific Ocean. This is your eastern Pacific Ocean, and this is your western Pacific Ocean. Pushes water from eastern Pacific Ocean to western Pacific Ocean in this way, like in this way. This is your easterlies, and this pushes water from eastern Pacific Ocean to western Pacific Ocean, that is here. So it happens throughout the year. Almost every year this process continues. Okay. So when this easterlies pushes your eastern Pacific Ocean water in the eastern Pacific Ocean into the western Pacific Ocean, and you know that the upper surface of the ocean is always warm, because here in this region temperature insolation is more. So it pushes water from eastern to western Pacific Ocean. So the warm water from eastern Pacific Ocean get accumulated in the western Pacific Ocean. So what happens in eastern Pacific Ocean? Upwelling happens. Upwelling means the water from inner layers of the ocean, inner depth of the ocean comes on the surface. You know that the inner water in the ocean or any water body is always cold. Cold is always relatively cold. In that case, in eastern Pacific Ocean there will be accumulation of cold water, and here warm water. Are you getting this? It is not so rocket science. This is simple concept. When this wind easterlies pushes water from eastern Pacific to western Pacific, the warm water accumulates in the western Pacific, and in the eastern Pacific upwelling happens, and that causes the accumulation of cold water in the eastern Pacific. When here you can see cold water, here warm water. So where the possibility of evaporation and rainfall? Obviously, very obvious, in the warm water, because then when there will be warm water, there will be more evaporation and precipitation. Here cold water, less precipitation, less evaporation. So this situation happens throughout the year, almost every year. This phenomena is called your La Nina. What? La Nina. So this phenomenon is La Nina. It means in that situation you can see in the region of Australia, Indonesia, means Eastern Pacific Ocean, Western Pacific Ocean, and also in India, in case of India as well. This is beneficial and crucial, because in that case there is large scale rainfall and precipitation, so it will be beneficial for the Western Pacific surrounded countries, like that is India as well. Here you can see face drought situation. That's why you can see this is Chile. Chile and this year Peru. So in these conditions are very drought, and that's why there is not so much agricultural area as well. So this is your, you can see this is less precipitation takes place here and high precipitation. But what happens? Now we are going to discuss El Nino, which is in the news. What happens into 6 to 7 years in general? It happens throughout the year, but in 6 to 7 years, once what happens that this whole process get reversed. Why it get reversed? Due to weakening of this, due to denting of the easterlies, because you can see the easterlies winds which are blowing in the east-west direction. What happens with them? They get weakened up. The proper reason and cause from which corollary they get weakened up, it is not well known, but still due to weakening of these water, there is a process of ITCZ and fluctuation of ITCZ, so we will not discuss it here. So due to weakening of the easterlies winds, what happens that this pushing of the water from eastern Pacific to western Pacific get reduced and the process get reversed. So the process get reversed means here the warm water in the western Pacific Ocean come in the eastern Pacific Ocean, and the cold water from eastern Pacific Ocean goes to your western Pacific Ocean. Now here more evaporation, more precipitation, less evaporation, less precipitation. So in that case there will be suppressed precipitation. Now it is very disastrous for the country as well. You can take the example of this process, such a condition in 1996, 1994. In that case, you can see this process happened those years, and that caused a large scale drought situation in the country. So this is your El Nino, because you can see that El Nino, this is your what? El Nino. This is your El Nino, right? In El Nino, what happens? Here, your cold water accumulates here. That's why there is suppressed precipitation and less evaporation, creates drought situation in the country, and causes less precipitation. That's why it may impact the country. So what Meteorological Department has said, there will be El Nino this year. It means now this year cold water get accumulated in the western Pacific Ocean, that may cause less precipitation in the country. But Meteorological Department is saying, but although there is a El Nino this year, but it will not lead to any suppression in the monsoon, any suppression in the precipitation. Our precipitation in our country will be as usual. So this was whole issue. Now it is El Nino is not only harmful for the western Pacific surrounded country like Australia, India and other countries, it is also harmful for your southern eastern Pacific as well, because in this region you can say Ecuador, Chile, these regions are those countries which produces large scale fisheries, and their economy depends on them, because and when there will be warm water, that causes large scale disasters and death of the fishes, and that causes the economic shock in those countries as well. So El Nino condition is not even beneficial for any country. You should understand it well. So it is very important. So this was the news which I wanted to deliver you. I think you will find the video process and helpful. Very well, thank you to all.